You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Everybody, welcome. It's time for a mustache you a question. And clearly this is not James Hake that rhymes with cake.
No. I tell you, after that entertaining intro, I'm pretty daunted here. How do we outdo that?
I don't know. I love that kid so much, just as Einstein or whatever. So cute. Oh man. The holidays are upon us. This is groovy. I'm here doing a remote shot from ExxonMobil campus like last week. And
very cool. Show us some of that stuff. I need to see more closely what's going on back there. I see all kinds of interesting items.
Oh, it's I'd pick up my phone and show you, but I think I'll mess up my little stand.
Oh, okay.
But it's mostly like things I think that people will want last minute for gifts. Like there's a lot of plushies and Rubik's cubes and graphic novels and that kind of stuff. So
it's working. I wish I was there.
There is a Stabby Bunny here on site.
Oh, nice.
Because nothing says Christmas like rabbits.
No, nothing. I tell you, it's. I know that. I think that. I don't know if it was Lunar or Diamond or both that shipped out a couple of weeks worth of comics. But I know that one of my LCS got already has Stabby Bunny 12. You know, can't sell it yet, but they got their shipment already.
Oh, that's nice. I don't think we got that yet. I know that Lunar, which does all of the DC stuff, we got next week's stuff already this week, which is funny because this week's stuff they forgot to ship us.
Yes, I heard. I have a huge DC fan in the house, and I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oops.
So, yeah, we've got a number of number ones that came out here just in time for Christmas.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch, and of course, because we get them straight from Scout headquarters. I'm never really certain when the actual release dates for most things are. But I know we got Brendan Deneen's book out this week, and I think that's the actual release date for it.
Yeah, Bones of the Gods, Road Trip to Hell, Ghost Planet, and Junior. Not a lot of books that sound very Christmassy, but you know, if entertainment is your Christmas gift, then I guess they still count.
Yeah, I saw an interesting similarity between most of the books that I read this week, which are almost all number ones. There was a lot of space dramas. A lot of redheads.
Okay.
No lie, there were at least 3 books that I read that have the main character with red hair. What's the third one? There was like stuff that was just like, oh, okay, well, I think everything is here. There was more horror than I would expect for this release week.
Right. Yeah. I guess they're kind of channeling that, channeling more a Dickens vibe, maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the book that's going to get me the most questions this week, although we already sold out of the copies that we ordered, we need to order more, was Junior. Because pygmy hippos that can talk in space is probably unique for that book alone.
Yes, and any book where first of all the it's an alien race not related to hippos. It just evolutionarily happened to resemble them. But the first planet they land on, of course, one of my favorite things in existence, dinosaurs. So they encounter dinosaurs, and yeah, and just the artwork is amazing. I kind of get a Dodson kind of feel to it, really.
I could totally see that. See, so that one seems less scary, other than that there's dinosaurs trying to get them. That one feels like it's less terrifying than the dark space one, which is like it feeds on the same horror trope that people should be learning from now. We see it mostly in movies, like people go to other planets and somehow are too stupid to realize they should never take off their helmet, and it's like, they deserve whatever they get, and that's a one shot, right? So it's just like
yeah, well, yeah, it's very one shot if you've read it. But but yeah, I know. Even I happened to come across the old Lost in Space, the black and white, very first Lost in Space, and I was surprised even they knew not to take off their helmets.
no. Why were we smarter in the 50s and 60s about space?
But well, and then I know Road Trip to Hell, Nicole D'Andrea's book. It's got a lot of humor in it. I mean, I would put it in that I would very serious subject matter, of course, just the whole Satan's dead and who's going to take over the spot and everything, and very serious consequences for certain characters. But I think the whole feel overall has this undertone of humor and almost fun to it. It's something to read to get the full experience for sure. But and then we got Bones of the Gods, which has more of a medieval feel to it. But of course, one of the where or two warring gods, I guess, cause their destruction, and in that annihilation, there's bits and physical remnants of the gods, and these bones actually are rumored to have powers, and so people are trying to collect those up. So
That's one of the books this week that stars a redhead. So
oh yeah, a fierce redhead too.
very much so. I try to explain to people that book to me had a lot of the feelings of like the Star Wars beginnings, where you meet Luke, where he's just like, all I want to do is go hang out with my friends, but no, I've got a moisture farm, and that's kind of where she is. Her dad wants her to be home and help with whatever chores are going on, and she's like, no, I want to sword train and run around.
Right? Yeah. Yes. So I mean, I sometimes too in the spectrum of things forget what's already out, what where who knows about what at this point. But because you have so many great books, and sometimes you're involved with them for a year and a half or 2 years before they come out. So yeah, it's fun. But
I think
yeah,
the most timely of them is probably Stanley the Snowman trade paperback.
oh, absolutely, yeah,
Masterpiece.
yeah. And I again, besides I love Austin's story. He kind of refined that a little bit over time, and the artwork is just so manga or manga-esque, and it's a story that it's one of those comic books you can get and you can actually put it on your shelf and you can look at it each year. I personally don't limit Christmas to just the Christmas season at all, and I find that I have the ability to read a Christmas story even if it's not in the winter months.
I agree.
But that little book, I mean, you like the little size and that soft touch, that matte soft touch cover and everything is great too on that one.
Yeah, I like that you guys are continuing to bring out books that are what I call the scholastic size.
Mm-hmm.
That the kids are used to and associate with, like, I need that. So that's perfect choices.
Yeah, those are going to continue to come out, and we're really ramping up the launch books too this coming year.
I actually sold a couple of I'm forgetting his name, the little dog.
Bandit.
Bandit.
Hmm.
Picked up both the Bandit books, and they said that their kiddo liked it so much they're like they need more. And I was like, well, you got to wait a little bit.
Just a little bit, but I believe there might be a Bandit book coming out where he got, again, my favorite thing, dinosaurs might be in there too. So gonna hit all the, throwing a baby shark, and you got the entire spectrum there.
Are there any construction vehicles in it? Because then you'd have everything it possibly would ever need.
No, but we do have a book in the works that is going to be a flip book that's a beginning reader, that's English on one side, Spanish on the other, that involves construction, a little girl and construction, and just giving some basic words for some of the things you find on a construction site, and really excited about that one too.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm always happy when I see the Scout boxes because I know I'm going to get to plow through some reading I've been waiting to do for a while.
Yeah, and James, just breaking news. James has talked about making some of our title boxes available to retailers as well.
Nice. Title boxes are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, I know for a little while you had problems sourcing the cardboard to get title boxes made. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was there's a really, you may not have heard of them, Amazon, but they needed a lot of boxes during the pandemic, and they were, I'm not in any way, I would just say there are a lot of they need a lot of cardboard. Made it maybe a little harder for some other people to find cardboard, and probably not related at all. But yeah,
to start some program for recycling their boxes because they're good boxes. They could use them.
Oh, definitely great boxes. We another thing for the retailers in there, we're seeing the first orders come in for the Pressworks mystery. You know what title you're getting, and you know what volume it's from, but you're going to get the Pressworks there, getting those mystery envelopes. And again, breaking news brought to you here on Jen's show. We're going to add a modification. I'm not sure if it's going to be on all the ones that are coming out now, but a future modification, near future modification, where we're going to put a QR code on the presswork itself. So not only do you get, as far as value added, not only do you get like on Stabby Bunny Volume 2, you get the Stabby Bunny Volume 2, printer plate, but on the back of that, you can scan it and you get the Stabby Bunny Volume 2 digital download.
Oh, how perfect.
So you're also going to get whatever book you actually see the page, where your printer plate was in that book.
Brilliant. Good choice. I like that.
And I guess, comic tags are selling those in bundles and everything. I guess we've done that before, but I think it's the first time that's kind of like just across the board. Diamond and Lunar will be having them too. So, yeah. Yeah.
To be seen them at LCS.
Yeah. What else would you, just as a publisher, publishing house asking a retailer, Jen, what else would you like to see from Scout Comics, or do you think we could, what more can we bring to your selections?
You're doing really great. Just always work on pacing for releases because it makes it difficult for customer pockets if everything comes out at the same time. Which of course I get them directly from you, so that's on me to try to pace them out, which I don't. But
do you have a customer back there?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I don't know. Continue on with making those all age books, especially the ones that have the level readers. We love those a lot. Mm-hmm. They're an easy to put on the shelf, pick up for kiddos. And yeah,
we're gonna modify those just a little bit because we have pretty much sold out of all those now. So we're going to another printing, and we're going to modify them. We're going to put the level on the front as well as the back, and just do a few things that actually came from a conversation with Simon and Schuster. You know, they had a lot of people that were really excited about those books, and you know, we were doing a presentation to them, and a lot of feedback. Maybe like put the not just the launch, but the launch into reading underneath the rocket symbol and everything. So hopefully, at a glance, will make it even more sellable for the retailers as well.
Love it. Then of course, I sent off a message for the Coffee on Comics. I'm hoping I'm going to get an order of some awesome Scout Coffee on Comics packages.
Mm-hmm.
What a great collaboration.
Yeah, I would love those. Those also come with those QR codes as well. But yeah, we've got the we've got the bags as we've had for a while, but now we're also doing special edition printings of like number ones and things like Recount and Stabity that are specific to um, the Comics on Coffee, and then you get a little pack. We're going to probably package those just like a bag and boarded comic, and then on the back of that will be one of the smaller packs that I think does like a 4 or 6 cup, you know, a single pot of coffee kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, and that was the thing hadn't realized that they had started, because when I first looked at their stuff, it was only beans or grind, and now they've got the pods, which is more my speed. I'm a pod person.
Yeah, has a whole different meaning nowadays, doesn't it?
There's a whole generation would not know why that was funny.
Right. Well, they need to dive in. There's a lot of great old science fiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Klaatu Barada Nikto. I mean, come on.
And people don't know where those Star Wars characters really came from.
Right.
So do you guys at the Scout HQ, do you guys have like a specific holiday tradition that happens?
No, I mean, we had our holiday party a little while ago, and we had a big gathering of friends of HQ and families of the workers of HQ, and that was a really fun gathering. And little ones that could run around and they could go check out all the great kid comics and things. We didn't have it in that area, but that was fun. And no, I mean, I think HQ in its present form is pretty young yet, so we're still kind of developing our traditions. But it was a lot of fun. It was great to meet a lot of people and meet the. I had to, I'm about 3.5 hours away from HQ, but I came down and stayed the weekend, and then we did some whatnotting, as we are wont to do. And we want to get you back on Whatnot and do some co-hosting and things with you.
All right, I'm happy to come on and do whatever you guys need.
All right, yeah, let's do it. I mean, we even maybe could come up with some Whatnot, some very limited Whatnot runs or whatever that it's just you or us have.
I could totally do that.
That would be cool.
Kyle, can you pop on for just a half a second so I can take care of this customer? I would love to.
Absolutely. I don't have a camera hooked up on this computer, but I can absolutely talk to Richard.
See me stand up.
I missed the sign.
So, Richard, I Jen asked about Scouts holiday traditions. What are some of your holiday traditions? Do you, like in my family, we were a night before Christmas, Christmas Eve kind of family.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Well, I'll tell you, stepping back to like when I was a child, we had my mom was really the center of all that, and everybody would come to our house, and it's funny, like Christmas Eve. At first, it was like choose your one present, and then finally, it kind of got towards, as that evolved over the years, everything was opened on Christmas Eve, and like Christmas Day was just for like your stocking or whatever had been in your stocking, or maybe there's another present that popped up, but it was really about all my great aunts, uncles, everybody would gather at our house, and and just celebrate the holidays. But now, me and my guys, we pretty much, we're at home. We make a nice meal. We have certain shows that we watch. One is the I can't think of the name of it. It's the Mr. Magoo Christmas special,
Okay.
which was which is actually the very first animated Christmas special. It predates the Peanuts and all that. We watch an old Christmas Carol, an old black and white Christmas Carol, and a few other things, and then some new stuff. But it's kind of just about having some quiet time at home to just enjoy family and and relax and enjoy and think about the season.
We have this year for the first, well, not for the first time, because the next sentence wouldn't make sense if I said it that way. But we are changing our holiday tradition really for the first time in 35 years.
Oh, wow.
Because now we have 4 children under the age of 3. So everything is very dictated by nap times and feeding times and all that kind of stuff. So it's I don't know that we're going to get to do all the same things we used to do. But I guarantee you we will read, at least my brother-in-law and I will, to my nephew, read the Spider-Man issue where Spidey and Mary Jane get evicted at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I had to find a comic book tradition, right?
Right. I understand 100%.
I'm back.
Oh, you got more
All
choppers,
right.
Miss Jen.
Yes.
Yeah, I had that dumb moment when I was like, oh yeah, I need my phone to actually ring people out.
So we were talking about holiday traditions in our families. We talked about Scouts holiday traditions. What are some holiday traditions at Space Cadets? And then what are some holiday traditions in the King clan?
Okay, so since we started about 12 years ago, we've always had a holiday gathering where we do a white elephant exchange. And I don't think it was the first year that we did it, but somewhere fairly early on, one of our staff members brought this really cool, it's like an urn that you can put liquids in. And it has a little spout at the bottom and a base. And it's nice, bright, summery colors. And I thought it was really cute, but no one ever wants to take it home. I don't know if they just don't have room to store it or what. So the joke is now that it comes back every year, even if someone wins it and takes it home. Usually I end up with it because no one really wants to take it. So, and then we put things in it. So you don't really you can abandon the urn, I guess, but then take the stuff that's in it out. So this year I put in 2 really cool t-shirts and a Princess Bride trinket. And they really, they like that. But then of course they abandoned the urn. So we'll have that again for next year. And we've had to be tricky about it because we can't just wrap that up because it's a specific shape and size. It's very large. So now I just wrap up a random package of different shapes. And they always think they figured it out because I can't use anything from the store because if it's something from the store, then they know it's probably the one. So I have to be super tricky about it for the white elephant gift. And everyone has a lot of fun with that. I always have to tell people at the beginning of our white elephant, stealing is part of the fun. Please do not be kind to your fellow person. Otherwise, this is the most boring event on the planet. Because we've had that happen before where one was they got their number, they got their thing, and they opened it up and sat back down and were very happy. And theft is part of this, please. So yeah, that. And then for our own family, I don't know. I think that over the years, we as kids, me and my brother, and then now my kids have convinced us that we open our gifts on Christmas Eve. So sometimes we do, and sometimes we make them, we give them one present on Christmas Eve and make them wait till the morning. But now as they're 19 and 22, we don't have grandkids yet. We're we don't it doesn't matter to us when we actually open presents. Sometimes we give them early, because there's a cold snap this week, I think I'm going to give my son his present because it's a winter coat that he does not have. He only has a little hoodie, so he'll need it. So that's the current plan. But normally I'm at work until I usually sometimes have a show even that runs on Christmas Eve. So I usually enjoy hanging out and talking to people online.
On the experience, we're starting a new holiday tradition this year. Well, we had one last started. That was our experience Yule log, which is Thanos sitting by the fire or getting snowed on outside. But this year, Brainy and I are launching the Christmas Eve dance party. which is a Christmas songs and other pop dance mix. So it'd be like going to a nightclub at Christmas. We're launching that this year. I don't remember if Brainy. I have to check with him. I don't know if he remembers that we said we were going to do it or not. But I'm going to hold him to it, even with no
Remind
notice.
him so that he can pull the music.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send him a text here today.
What time is it
But-
scheduled so I can put it on because it's like a dance party.
10 to midnight Christmas Eve.
Perfect.
So Santa can jam out as he, travels time zone to time zone. And then we're also bringing back a New Year's Eve tradition. We are going to do a ring in the new year and do a countdown in every time zone in the U.S.
Oh, that's right. That was fun.
So we'll have a countdown in East Coast, countdown in Central, countdown in Mountain, and a countdown in Pacific time. Which means the following Sunday when I have to get up and go to church, I will be super grumpy. But it's worth it.
How grumpy will you be?
Significantly more than normal, which is already a lot.
I don't know. You're kind of like your base state is grumpy sounding.
I do have a Grinch tattoo, so go take from that what you will.
Oh my goodness.
You have been forewarned. The Grinch tattoo. Yes.
Well, I just want to say for most of the country, we're going to have a very dangerous couple of days coming up. Take this time to go and make everything safe at your house. Cover the pipes, drain your sprinkler system, figure out what you need for food, because I don't think there's really going to be a food shortage. But if you're in a place where you're going to get snowed in, because it's weird, it actually has on the most of the country 1 to 77 inches. I don't know. What does that mean?
Wow.
So
We're supposed to get 2 to 5 inches, which is nothing for Northwest Ohio. That's a dusting for us. But it's supposed to be 60 to 75 mile an hour wind gusts and negative 20 or 30 wind chill.
No, thank you.
So that's a little out of the ordinary, but I don't think it's anything we can't handle.
Yeah. For us down here in Houston, as you learned last year before, we are ill prepared for such things. They don't design our houses for that. They don't design us for that. So.
I think we're dipping down into the 70s. It's going to be pretty bad, but oh, it's okay. Just think of all those other days though, when we're like in the high 90s and hundreds and on fire, hurricanes. You know what I mean? Without any power, so it evens out in that way.
Oh goodness. Well, do be safe, everybody. Richard, thank you so much for joining me. I'm super happy to get to see you always.
Yeah, always a pleasure. I just wait for that moment when James can't make it and I spring into action. So
you virtually kick him in the shin.
I maybe a computer virus might be involved. I can't really say, but yeah, definitely. I hope to come back more often in this coming year as we switch from Christmas mode to New Year's mode.
Oh yeah, that's it's going to be fun thinking about what's going to be coming our way in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, we're already kind of thinking about, as you can imagine with publications, about getting our 2024 schedule kind of out there. So I can tell you 2023 is going to be a great year for Scout. And hopefully, we've got a lot of exciting things and options for our retailers as well as our fans.
Perfect. We look forward to it. And as always, just follow the experience and we'll be bringing all that news to you as quickly as we can. So you can be in the know and get it to your local comic shop so they can order it for you. You can have it in your box and not sweat it. You'll always have the very best in comic books at your disposal. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week for Talkin' Shop. Hypothetically, if we don't freeze over.
This is I Must Ask You a Question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing the wrong thing. This has been Must Ask You a Question. Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree